So today we are going to go into Android Studio to begin designing the user interface for our small and simple mobile app. So it's going to be based on this website, this web application, sorry, that we are seeing here. The link is provided below. And what we are going to do is create this screen. So this is going to make a screen for in our mobile app. So before diving into Android Studio, I would like to get into the source code for this web application so that I can show you all a lot of similarities in terms of design concepts as well as implementation that you would see between a web application and a mobile application. So let's go on view source code. So I'll make it a little bigger. So this is the source code for the web application, that page of the application that we are seeing there. So we have a form here, add new producer, and we see here the HTML code that describes that form. So what we understand here is that there are tools for doing things, and the tools may change, the technologies may change, the results could remain constant. So for this web application, we used certain technologies to achieve this look. And for the mobile app, we are going to use different technologies. We would see that some concepts remain constant, some concepts change with slight variations, some things are totally brand new. So let's start with some simple stuff here. Looking at this code that sets up our form, we see that it is constituted of HTML tags. So this is a form tag, and tags represent HTML elements. So there would be an HTML element form that is part of the HTML language set. So this here is the open form tag, and we have here a closing form tag. So what I want to show you guys here is that we are using HTML. We are using HTML elements as part of the HTML language to define the look of this form here. So we have labels that form all these things that we are seeing here, from first name, last name, to product 1 right down to product 10. Those are written within labels. And then here we have elements that define the text field. These are the text fields here. So we see an entire list of them in pairs, label, and the inputs, labels, and the inputs, labels, inputs. And these are defined in HTML. And we are going to do the exact same thing in Android Studio. We are just going to be using a different technology to accomplish this. So before we move off, I'll just show you all one more thing. If we look at this second form, this stuff here is basically static. We have a button, Save Producer. Now this button would call code that is written on the web server that this web application is hosted on. So from this machine, I can't access the PHP code, but I would give you all in a further video, I will show you all some samples of that code and give you all the understanding of what different types of code do. So here we see another form called update product with some checkboxes, and some disabled text fields, and when we click on the checkboxes, the text fields are enabled or disabled. So this is what we would call event type programming, where an action is triggered by some event being actioned. So this is accomplished by using JavaScript. So it reinforces what I was saying in the previous video, that programming languages are required to give functionality to an application, whether it's a web application or a mobile application. So in this case here, we see a short example of JavaScript being used to perform some action on this screen here, and in a subsequent video I would give you all access. I will make the code available for you all to show you all what happens when these buttons are pressed. Right, so I had asked the class to some of the students to play around with them, and I saw a few of you all were using it. So you all would see, right, so I've seen some of your names inside, so you all would have used it. So I would show you all how this code actually works soon. So we're gonna close off from this web application. We're gonna go into Android Studio, but I wanted you all to see that underneath the hood of application development, there's a lot of consistency in terms of design. So let's go across to Android Studio.